It's been a few months now since I made those game feel videos. I was pretty happy with how they turned out and quickly moved on to make other content. But I find myself thinking back on them often, mostly the second video. I'll be playing a game or thinking about games of the past and saying, damn it, I wish I talked about that during the video. It's happened so often that I've decided to say, screw it, and just do a video dedicated to the subject, in an attempt to cleanse myself and get it out of my system. And figured what better approach than to do a top 10 video. So here we are. The footage that you're watching just now is from the games that didn't quite make the list for one reason or another. The only major rule that I've applied is that these have to be game feel moments, not the most rewarding gameplay moments. This isn't about that difficult gameplay mechanic that you are finally able to master. Gameplay is certainly a factor in some of these entries, but can also simply be a use of sound or visuals that make you feel good, either in a powerful, cathartic, or dopamine releasing sort of way. I need to be able to show you these moments out of context and have you, if not agreeing with me, then at least understanding why I like it. So without further ado, I present my top 10 game feel moments. Number 10. Despite the impressions that I may have given in previous videos, I do enjoy a good shooter, though I love me some Mass Effect. But despite my love, I never would have thought that multiplayer in Mass Effect would be a good thing. But Mass Effect 3 makes it work. I was enjoying myself well enough, although things got vastly more awesome when I unlocked the Krogan character class. All the other characters tend to stay put and shoot, but the Krogan is my kind of fighter, simply because of his melee attack. Sure, playing this way may not be the smartest thing to do, but it's all worth it just to hear that satisfying thwack. And he seems to like it. Number 9. Sometimes you just need to get somewhere. But how do you get there? Driving in cars is so yesterday, and nobody likes to follow paths in open worlds. And who else hates having to worry about fall damage? Well, by casually bending the rules of physics and having an infinite supply of parachutes, you don't need to worry about any of that anymore. This gets extra points for that sound that the grapple gun makes. Number 8. Rico Rodriguez can get in the air pretty quickly, but I know this one guy who can do it even quicker. Now, this game isn't very good, but the flying's pretty cool. Well, it's okay, but what's genuinely great is its sense of speed. The only real fun to be derived from this game is when you fly about the city. And if you fly about at maximum speed for long enough, you'll only go faster and faster. Eventually you'll even break the sound barrier, where you're flying so fast that you can't even hear the noise around you anymore. I found myself coming back to this game more often than I should have, just so I could do this over and over again. Number 7.
Jenkins, he's right on top of you. Get the hell out of there.
The Hulk is a pretty strong guy. He's all about just unleashing brutal, angry attacks on fools. So you'd think that his ultimate abilities would be the most satisfying ones to use. And while these are good, I'm a sucker for focusing my beatdowns on one enemy at a time. Climbing the tallest building then punching a mech all the way down is pretty cool. But there's one move that I like better. I usually don't worry myself too much about memorising combos in games like these, but the punt kick is an exception. I just get a weird kick out of seeing these guys go flying away like a football.
Response team are off screen. Just lost them.
Number 6. You know that moment when you discover that jumping or rolling is faster than running? Well, I think I've found the best one of those. In Ninja Gaiden, the jump is pretty cool, but it takes a few frames of animation to recover from. The dodge is possibly faster, but still not quite good enough. But when you put them both together, People tend to remember the combat or bosses from this game rather fondly, but for me, this noise is Ninja Gaiden. Number 5. You have plenty choices of attack in Metal Gear Solid 3. You can shoot, punch, stab, grab from behind, even throw live snakes at people. But why do any of that when you have CQC? I try to avoid killing people when playing stealth games, so this satisfies all of my needs. I completely demolish the enemy, but they'll still get up and walk away from it. Oh, eventually. Number 4. While I've spent a lot more time playing Dota 2, I've still enjoyed the time I've spent with Heroes of the Storm, and I even jump back in every now and again, mostly thanks to this guy.
Hell, it's about damn time.
I'm much more likely to return to a MOBA if I find a character that I enjoy playing, and Tychus suits me right down to the ground. Although what I really love about him is his ultimate ability. Well, technically he has two, but who cares about this laser thing? I'm sure it's fine. I'd rather be walking about in a giant mech. If only because Tychus knows how to put it on in style. Now, those unfamiliar with MOBAs might have trouble sorting this mess out, so this is me, and this is me pushing the win button. I like to push the win button. It helps me win. A lot.
Well done, heroes.
Number 3. Now this one might be a bit of a harder sell, but hear me out. All the entries thus far have been fine displays of power, strength, speed, all that good stuff. But this time we go in the opposite direction. In Titan Souls you have one weapon, a bow and arrow, and your quiver has only one arrow to work with. Fortunately, you can recall the arrow whenever you want. Now, the sound of the arrow returning is important, and in most games it would be loud and unavoidable. The game needs to let you know that you caught it and it's back in your inventory. Yet instead of some loud, gamey type sound, you get this. It feels almost real, subdued. I'll be perfectly honest, I have trouble putting my finger on why I like it so much, but I just love the sound. After hearing it, I found myself just firing the arrow over and over again just so I can bring it back and keep hearing that noise. Number 2. I may technically be cheating on this one, as I did mention it in my presentation video. Yet I don't think I made my point clearly enough. Besides, it's my list, I can do whatever I want, Jesus Christ. Like I said in my other video, this game isn't very good, the controls are just so sluggish and slow and frustrating. It's like you're fighting underwater or something. But it still managed to bring a satisfied smile to my face. A dynamic of the gameplay is that you want the song playing in the background to be yours, for reasons I'm actually not that sure of. Anyway, to do this, you need to do this sort of weird air DJ sort of move. It takes a while to do, so you need to make sure that your enemy is stunned as you fiddle about with the thumbsticks, or else. But once you get it all done, it's well worth it.
Here we go.
This simple mechanic was almost enough to convince me that I actually liked this game. Almost. Number 1. For those of you who follow me on Twitter, you likely already know what my number 1 is. I swear that I didn't plan this, however. I came up with the list, then put them in order, but as I got closer and closer to number 1, it became very apparent that nothing was going to top this. It wouldn't be a stretch to say that the inception of this video began with me wishing that I mentioned this in my game feel videos. But that's enough build up. Game Dev Tycoon. In this game, you make games, and as you make games, these little balls float up to the air and make a satisfying noise. Doesn't sound like that big a deal, does it? But as the game goes on and your character levels up, you start creating more balls, even faster, that make even more noise. Still nothing to write home about. But then you start hiring developers whose sole purpose in life is to make balls for you, so you've got a few more people making balls. Then you start training them, resulting in more balls. That's a good sound. But we can still do better. Let's hire a couple more people. There we go. Oh, that's the noise I've been waiting for. Wait, stop. This is stupid. I should be more serious than it. I need to be smarter than this. This is just getting silly. Let's give everyone a speed boost. Ah, yes, there it is. Just going to lie back. I think they're actually bubbles, not balls. Ah, fuck it.